food is almost ready, Chloe.
This bread.
You don't allow me to let it cool down now.
It's hot.
It's very hot now. Oh,
Give me. Give me. Oh. Bread. 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 Bread.
hi guys, welcome back to Sissy's Space. Today we are making bread using our food processor. The last recipe I shot we needed with hand, and I promised I was going to shoot another recipe where you can knead using your food processor. Now back to the process. We are going to get in water, sugar, yeast, and we are going to mix everything together, allow it to sit for about 5 minutes to make sure that our yeast is active and we are not going to be wasting our time and our ingredients. So our food processor, you are going to see a blade that is actually made of plastic. Now that is the blade that is meant for kneading. So next thing we are going to do is we are going to get our other ingredients together. In here I have 4 cups of flour. Make sure you sift your flour before using it. Very important. Next ingredient we are going to be using is sugar. Adding your sugar into the mixture, and then we are also going to add in other ingredients such as salt and also milk. For milk, I'm going to be going in with 1/4 cup of milk, which is about 2 sachets of milk. To know if your yeast is active after going through the first method, you are going to notice that it is well swollen on top like this. That means you are good to go. But if it doesn't foam on top like this, please discard that and get yourself a better yeast. After that, we're going to pour in our activated yeast into the mixture, and then I also went in with more water, and then we're going to knead this for about 4 minutes to just get the ingredients well combined. Now the former recipe I shot is by hand, and I promised you guys I was going to shoot a recipe where you can use your food processor. So if you have a food processor, just make sure you go through this, and trust me, it's going to be easy peasy. No anything, no stressing, nothing as such. So after blending for about 4 minutes, the next ingredient we are going to be adding is going to be our margarine. And for margarine, I went in with 1/4 cup of margarine, and then I also give it a blend again for another 4 minutes. But this time around, we are going to be going longer than 4 minutes because our bread, or let me say our dough, has to reach the consistency that we want. So after 4 minutes, I opened up the food processor, and as you can see, the bread is tearing. It's not stretchy as we want it to be. So that means we have to go back and knead again for another few minutes. And few minutes later, let's check in on our bread to see if it is ready. At this point, it's starting to come together, but it's still not giving what it's supposed to give. So once again, we are going to go in and blend it for another few minutes again. Alright, so let's check on it once more and let's see if we've got what we need. Oh, see how stretchy this dough is. Exactly, this is what we are going in for. So just take a little portion, stretch it like that. If it stretches without tearing, and you can actually put it at your window to see if the sun can pass through it, then yes, your dough is finally ready. So once the dough is ready and it's elastic, we are going to transfer the dough onto our kneading table. You can see how soft this dough is. I'm sure at this point you'll be tempted to add in some more flour, but please do not do that, okay? Don't do that. So all you need to do is fold the bread together like this and slam it on the table for a few times. And if you feel that the dough is sticking on your hand too much, add in some oil into your hands and just continue the process. It doesn't take long, let's say about 2 minutes, depending on the quantity of dough that you are using. And then before you know it, your dough is actually going to come together. Just look at this, easy peasy, right? So yes, we are good to go. Our dough is now ready. So the next thing I did was to take my baking pan and then I oiled it, added in some flour, and then I made sure that it touched every surface. That's to make sure that the bread comes out easily when done. If you are using a non-stick pan for your bread, you might just skip out the flour part and just spray in some oil, alright? So that's just it, and let's proceed. Right now we are done dusting our pan and we are ready to move on to the next stage. So since I have 4 pans that I'm going to be using, I'm going to divide the bread dough into 4 equal slices. So I'm just going to prepare everything one by one and then I'm going to roll them to fit into the pan.
Chloe, please, you can say I'm busy. I'm busy. You can see it. Myself, I'm hungry.
Hungry.
At this point, you have to roll the bread dough to be very tight so that by the time the bread is ready, it's not going to come out having so much holes in the middle. So you just have to do this gently and make sure that it is well sealed. So we are just going to repeat the same process for the 4 other slices of bread and we are good to go. So initially, even in the last bread recipe that I shot, I proofed the bread dough for 1 hour first before bringing it out and then sectioning it into the pans, and then I proofed it again for another 40 minutes. But this time around, there is no time to actually double proof bread because even from the background of this video, you know that my toddler is very hungry, which is the reason why I'm doing just one proofing, and it's my first time of doing one proofing. Okay, so when the bread is ready and everything is in the pan, we are going to get eggs and then we are going to do the egg wash. So this egg is just basically eggs and water, just a little bit of water, and then we are going to put it on top of the bread. And after doing that, we are going to cover the bread and allow it to proof for 1 hour. So it's actually my first time doing a single proof for bread, and I was just hoping that it's going to turn out very fine because there is no any other option for it. My girl is very hungry and I don't even want to give that kind of risk. So this is the bread and we have it. It is well swollen, and about 10 minutes prior to when the bread is ready, we are going to put our pot on fire and we are going to allow it to get hot for about 10 minutes. So that's like proofing the oven, or what was even the
Chloe, don't
slang
break
for that?
that bread, please.
We're just going to put on the oven for 10 minutes, allow it to get hot before putting the bread inside. And after that, for 30 minutes, and our bread is ready. You can see how soft it looks. Will I even call it soft? So see our bread. This one is even still hot, but it's not just as hot as the previous one. I was so hungry as well, and I couldn't wait for so long. So I'm just going to have this for myself. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you don't have a food processor, there is also one that is on my channel that you can actually knead with your hand. So that is it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a newcomer, please make sure to like this video, share, subscribe, turn on your post notification. Trust me, it doesn't cost a penny, and that's your only way for supporting me in this channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys same time next week. Bye.